Welcome to the TacoCast. I'm starting the intro before Bill gets here because I'm a big poopy head.
Well, you're the audience. Welcome.
Hi, welcome to the TacoCast.
Oh.
I'm Crystal. This is Will, and you're our audience. And how are you doing on this fine Sunday morning?
Finger gun. I was bringing it back. I'm bringing the finger guns back. Yep. Excellent. It went out of vogue, and I'm bringing it back. Bringing it back. And today's subject is...
Finger guns?
Finger guns. No. What are we really talking about today?
Today's subject.
A little bit of everything, well, apparently. I have no idea. So let's just jump right in.
He's not wrong. We went over a couple of these topics, and I believe "fucking what" was literally one of the things he said when we got to one of the topics. It's all one topic, but we bring in
bring it around.
Yeah, bring some stuff around. So our topic today is the no author movement regarding J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, or not.
Well, no, she really is the author of the Harry Potter series.
Yeah,
I looked it up.
Really
right here on my computer. I looked it up.
Yeah. So the whole thing started about 2 years ago with some tweets that were liked. Now, to be fair, I'm not on Twitter. I mean, I am, but only on the very, very rare occasions when I have more than a couple of drinks, and then I'm just ranting about what bands are awesome and how everybody else should like them. So it's not a platform that...
She follows me.
It's true, I do. It's not a platform that I spend time on. So information about what happens there is secondhand. Oh, really? And that's about it. Anyway, so about 2 years ago, apparently, there were some tweets made.
I follow Trump on Twitter.
Get out.
It's like watching a slow train wreck. And some of the things that he says, it actually strikes me as, I really do think that maybe he, in one aspect of his life, is he thinks he's funny. You know, kind of like an old-timey comedian. Because he's got like the, you'll never get this, ha! Kind of like, part to his tweets. And you never know what he's going to say. It's just like, what?
Well,
no,
that's...
I should inject bleach? Okay.
He didn't say inject the bleach.
I know. I'm making a light of it.
Drink the bleach.
Drink the bleach. Put the ultraviolet light inside your butt. I don't know.
It doesn't go in your butt.
It could help. I mean, that of all the things that he said, that's probably the least dangerous.
That's true. If you go to a UBI clinic that actually knows what they're doing.
They use ultraviolet lights there? To shove up your butt?
No, they don't shove them up your butt. They literally take blood from one end, run it through a tubing that has UV light, and then it goes back on the other side.
Oh, okay. Well, we're way off topic.
Yes. But that's okay. That's okay.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. So, I had liked some tweets that were disparaging to trans people, trans women in particular. And a bunch of the fans were like, oh, that's not okay. But you know what? She probably just doesn't know any better, or it was an accident or something like that, which we do. People make excuses for people that we love. It's, especially celebrities. And because sometimes they deserve those excuses. People are busy. Sometimes they're not even the ones who are in charge of their social media accounts. Yeah, so,
is J.K. Rowling in charge of hers?
Oh, she certainly is.
Oh.
And she has used it recently to advance a store that very proudly displays anti-trans merchandise.
Wow.
And apparently was involved in some kind of dust-up during a Pride event in the UK a while back. That's secondhand information. I was talking to a gal who lives in the UK, and she was telling me, I guess, this group, I left the door open, and there's flies in.
I'll save you.
No! Anyway, apparently this group made a bit of a mockery of the Black Lives Matter protests in the United States. It was all around, no one was having a good time, especially not the people who had gone to Pride and didn't want to listen to these people tell them how to be good lesbians. And
is J.K. Rowling a lesbian?
From what I understand, no. I believe that.
Then how does she know how to be a good one?
Well, she wasn't telling people how to be a good lesbian. This group that she supports
was telling people.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they're just trying to be helpful.
You know, I think they probably do think that. I don't think most people start out going, "I'm going to be a." Honey, give me the fly swat.
No.
I don't think most people start out thinking, I'm going to be a huge dill hole in public.
Yeah, even that.
This is the last time I leave the door open to get fresh air in the office.
Right. Go ahead. Next.
Anyways, so yeah, the fandom is huge. It's prevalent in many communities across demographics. You will find someone from everywhere is a Harry Potter fan.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Across age demographics, racial demographics, income demographics, cultural... there are Harry Potter fans spanning the globe in all manner of walks of life.
I'm a fan of Lovecraft.
I am also a fan of Lovecraft.
But, I don't know. I wouldn't join like a fan club.
Oh, you wouldn't?
You're excited me up, huh? Yeah, figure that one out.
That's
why I keep on getting all those emails.
That's pertinent
Come
to the
join us,
discussion,
at the fan club. Okay,
yeah. It is pertinent to the discussion though, because H.P. Lovecraft was a huge asshole.
Okay. But I mean, I some of his work is terrific.
His work is amazing, and he created a world that authors have been using for decades. Brian Lumley, I believe even Stephen King, have used the world that Lovecraft created, and people enjoy it. It's great. I was first introduced to the horror genre when I was in the 5th grade. H.P. Lovecraft and Edgar Allan Poe.
5th grade? Mm-hmm. How old were you in 5th grade?
5th grade age.
Okay.
Like 9, I think.
Well, I was thinking for our international viewers, they may not understand.
10. I believe I was 10.
I was just thinking about all of our fans out there.
Like 9 or 10 is how old
not all of our fans are from America. They have different, ages.
This is true.
For different groups.
I was roughly 10ish, 9 or 10.
That primary school.
Yeah.
In other countries.
Oh, I don't know.
Like in the UK,
I believe it's primary.
Yeah, right. Being like in Canada and in UK and New Zealand, Australia.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that was my introduction to the horror genre, was those two authors, and it definitely had a profound impact on the person I am today. I loved reading their work. It was truly terrifying.
It all makes sense now.
To be fair, at that young of an age, while I had a college reading level at that age, I was a very adept reader, I didn't have the life experience to parse some of those works appropriately, because I just, the System of Dr. Tar and Professor Feather, I thought that story was absolutely great. I did not have the knowledge background of the institutional environments at the time and whatnot to truly appreciate. Still think that's a great story. But anyways.
We should go back to the actual topic.
Lovecraft is pertinent, though.
Oh, okay, good. Glad I brought him up.
Because it's hard when fans of an artist discover that somebody whose work they enjoy, someone who, like me, has had a profound impact on who they are as a person, turns out to be someone who's pretty shitty. It doesn't make you feel good as a person. It makes you feel bad, especially if that person has had an impact on who you are. And for a lot of Potter fans, a lot of them came into that fandom at young ages. They felt isolated socially or not accepted by mainstream society. And they're going through something similar. Yeah, so they're going through something similar. They're experiencing that somebody who has affected them in a very, very positive way and helped them be the person that they are, and that person has turned out to be someone that they would not willingly associate with, and someone who, oddly enough, is part of the people who are causing her readers harm.
Well, I had something like that similar happen to me. I mean, growing up, I read a lot of Hemingway, and I really, when I was younger, I really got into his books. I loved them. Then I heard and through the grapevine, through school and friends, that he was like a giant alcoholic. He drank himself to damn near death. And I'm like, that's okay. I can look the other way on that. And then, as I got older, I found out more about who he really was. The misogynistic asshole, that he was. But, at the same time, though, it's kind of like I can't look the other way of it. I don't, support that behavior. But, I mean, still.
Yeah.
It's Ernest Hemingway.
Right.
So...
And what do you do? So in my case...
You don't join a fan club for it.
No.
I don't.
In my case, I like to tell myself that if he had been alive in this day and age, I'm sure Lovecraft would have been a better person and he wouldn't hold those views. I'm quite likely wrong.
Yeah.
But there's no way to prove it. So I can console myself with the thought that he was a huge dick back then, but nowadays he'd be cool. Rowling fans don't have that option. She's alive right now and being an asshole to them as we speak.
Maybe she'll change before she dies.
And she very well could.
I hope as
so.
long as you're alive, there's still chance for growth as a human being.
That's true. As everybody has the possibility to grow and change and learn from what they've done. One would hope that she would listen to the fans of hers who have been directly harmed by the rhetoric she's saying. And yet, no. Apparently, it's just doubling down.
She's already made her millions.
So you think that's it? She's made her...
Well, I mean, is there another book in the Harry Potter series coming out anytime soon?
No, but apparently she wrote a book about a cisgendered man. That term is used to refer to somebody who is the gender that they were born as. It's when you're discussing trans issues, it's easy to use that because you can get confused.
I fell into that.
Yep.
I got in trouble for dead naming. I didn't even know that was real until they explained to me what I did was wrong. And if I do it again, I'm going to get kicked off of Twitter.
I love you, but sometimes I want to hit you with things.
A fly swatter?
A coffee cup?
Oh. Okay, moving on. I don't feel safe in my own home.
You shouldn't. We're moving on. Don't you say that. One of the issues that a lot of people have with trans women is because they are stuck in biological essentialism. It's going by a number...
What does that mean?
Well, we will get to that, huh?
Oh.
It's going by a variety of different terms now. One of the catchier ones is gender critical. It's what... Yeah. It's what turfy people...
What is that?
Trans exclusionary radical feminists. These are feminists who believe that trans women have no place at the table when it comes to discussing women's issues.
Real?
Is real.
Okay, moving on.
It's what turfy people like to say because anti-trans obviously has negative connotations, so they instead use the phrase gender critical, which is just biological determinism. in dressier clothes. And biological determinism is complete shit. Now we'll move on to why biological determinism is complete shit.
Thank you, because I'm lost on all those terms.
Well, first and foremost, everybody's familiar with the concept of nature versus nurture. And biological determinism is a viewpoint that, no matter how they dress it up, says that you will never be more than your genotype. That's it. Your life is determined based on your DNA. Sucks to be you. Do not cross-go. Do not collect $200. But, again, it is horse crap. Now, we're going to go over, we were discussing earlier when we were doing a little bit of research for this, phrenology.
What?
Phrenology.
Oh, that's that thing you were telling me about.
That is the thing I was telling you about. So, it's something I was familiar with because I had done a little bit of research into it several years ago for something else that I was doing. And it's one of those topics that strikes me as complete shit when I was reading about it, and I can't even believe that people thought that this was a thing, but apparently they did. And up until the 18-something, people believed that you could tell what kind of person was by the shape of their head. They would measure people's heads, they would feel it for bumps, and then they would just determine basically whether or not you were... Yeah.
Where you hit me with the two before.
That was not me. What kind of person you were based literally on the shape of your head. It's... You are not my cat.
No.
We have a visitor.
That's
you
okay.
are my cat.
Yep. They're friends. They go everywhere together.
Anyway. So this actually, it began in 1796. It was established by Franz Gall. In 1820, there was an Institute to Phrenology established in Britain. And even after people realized that there was absolutely no basis for phrenology and none of those predictions made sense, and phrenologists the world over couldn't even agree on what their own science supposedly said, phrenology was used in the 1930s in Rwanda to justify the genocide against the Hutus.
In 1930.
In the 1930s.
And then in 1800s, they figured out it was
well,
more.
like late 1800s, they discovered that it was bullshit.
So, 30 or 40 years later, they're still using it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's another form of pseudoscience shit. Like biological determinism. That you will never be more than your DNA. Speaking of DNA, the whole XX woman thing that people like to bring out. There are more genotypes for sex chromosomes for humans than just XX and XY. There's actually 6.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. There are 6 viable permutations.
Is one of them alien?
No. Or maybe they all are. My mom's hypothesis is that we are all an alien species seated here as an experiment.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that. So what are the other ones?
There is what's commonly called OX. That is just one X chromosome and no other chromosome. There is XXX, XXY, XYY.
Triple X?
Yes, honey, triple X. God, why did I know that that's where you were going to go? Now, did you get that out of your system?
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Why are we even having a conversation about genes with
You
this
picked the
man?
topic this week.
In addition to that, there's a specific region on the X chromosome of a man that has them develop as a male. With that region missing, which does occasionally happen on an XY presenting person, you will have that person develop biologically as a female, even though genetically they are XY.
Okay.
Because they don't have the S or Y gene.
Ah.
So, human sexuality is not, or human gender, I should say, not sexuality. Human gender is not as simple as just an XX and an XY. In addition to that, here's my personal opinion, that's the science, here's my personal opinion. There's a wide variety in cisgendered women. Those are women who are born with XX chromosomes, or three X chromosomes. There's a huge variety in cisgendered women. There are women who have polycystic ovarian disease. Oftentimes those women... women who have PCOS, oftentimes they have a higher testosterone profile. PCOS?
Oh, I thought you said PT.
OS.
Oh,
polycystic ovarian. And lots of times those women produce more testosterone than other women. This can have an effect on a variety of things. First off, how your muscle tissue distributes, how your fat tissue distributes. The human female is one of the few, in fact, I believe it's the only, we are the only primate. It's like I'm not one of them, like you humans out there. The human female is one of the only, damn it, it's again, the only, you got that right? The only primate whose sexual activity is modulated by testosterone output. Most people don't realize that.
I didn't know that at all. Okay.
So, that being said, wrapping all of that up into one big package, the fact that trans women exist is not that outside of the ordinary, even if we are looking at things just from a strictly a biological point of view, not even taking cultural aspects into account. Because we have huge variety just in cisgender women. There's big variety in our genetic makeup. It's not a simple process. Now, granted, we're not fungus, and they've got like 30-something, sexes amongst them.
Fungus?
Yeah.
They have sex?
Yeah, fungus is getting it on all the time. We're not like flowers, where most of your reproduction is the result of an interspecies threesome. Bees flying from flower to flower and pollinating them. Yeah.
Oh, those dirty, dirty bees.
I'm such a bee. Sorry, that cartoon was weird. The cartoon was so weird.
Buzz.
Anyway, bringing all of that back around, there is no reason to assume that a person's DNA is their destiny. That is essentially what biological determinism is. Your DNA is inescapable, and it says exactly who you're always going to be. One of the many reasons why I think that is personally crap is because it removes choice from people. If you're somebody who's born with XYY for a long time, we told those men that, you're just prone to aggression. You're just going to be violent. They're not. There's bad science that says that they are, but well-controlled studies say that they aren't. There is no difference in the aggression of a man that has an XYY genotype as men who don't. But because of biological determinism, for a long time we told those men that they sucked. You're gonna suck. Sorry. Sucks for you.
Okay. Sorry. I'd like to apologize for all the men out there that suck. We're sorry.
Oh, honey, there's too many reasons why they suck. So, pulling all of that together, then there's a lot of information. Bill's probably going to edit this near the end, so, there's a lot of rambling, and I apologize for that. This will probably get edited out too. Who knows? Maybe he's just going to... the whole thing.
There's just going to be an opening and closing.
Right? Pulling all of that together, my opinions on biological determinism, regardless of where you stand on any of the other issues that we've touched on today, biological determinism is a gross look. It is telling a person that they have no choice over their life, and that it's basically you are just fated to do whatever, which I think we can all agree is a horrible stance to take. I lost the plot. There was a thread I was going to pull to bring us back to J.K. Rowling, and I kind of forgot what it was. So, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to skip that thread, and we're just going to come back to J.K. Rowling altogether.
And cut.
So the fans have decided, like we were discussing earlier about Lovecraft and whatnot, that they get to continue enjoying the fandom without including her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, free world. I mean, you can do whatever the hell you want. You want to be a fan of her? Great. You don't.
Yeah, and when I was first reading about this, I thought, well, that's a little bit silly. You can't just pretend somebody didn't write something when they clearly did write something. But...
And we know for a fact, though, that she actually did this.
Yeah.
Has she made any kind of like video statement or
yeah, there was
anything where people are like, you can't get away from that?
Well, there's some severe doubling down. There's the fact that one of her pen names is the name of the person who developed conversion therapy.
How do we know that's her?
Because she admitted it, and she said it was just an accident that pen name is the same as the name of the person who tortured, tons of LGBT people.
Well, it's not a good thing to torture anybody.
It definitely is not a good thing to torture anybody.
Don't torture anybody.
Oh my god. This is the most rambling episode I think we've ever done.
It's getting there.
We're going to talk about sharks?
Sharks are mean. They live in the ocean. If you don't go in the ocean, they'll never attack you. Unless it's Sharknado.
Okay, he's not wrong. If you don't ever go in the ocean, you won't be attacked by a shark. And that's why I'm a land mammal. I actually do enjoy sharks, but the ocean's
on
cold
TV.
as shit. Oh yeah, I love the shit out of sharks on TV. They're great. And those little tiny cute sharks. Those the ones like that big, those little tiny ones.
Oh, like the ones you put in an aquarium?
Yeah,
oh,
they're
those
cute.
Yeah.
I know. Those little tiny sharks. Like, oh, who's a predator? Yes, you are a predator.
Look at you.
Do-do.
What you want the food? Eat the food. Who's a good little shark?
That's right.
All right, now we're completely random.
Okay, so I guess
we've lost our minds.
We'll go ahead and end the episode there.
COVID ate away my brain.
It wasn't COVID. It's just him.
He was born this way. Yeah, I got dropped on my head a lot as a kid. I say. Could have happened.
It didn't, though.
All right. So how are we going to actually end this video today?
How are we actually going to end this video? We're going
just walk away?
Nope. We're going to actually end it like this.
Oh, I would like to apologize for the lawnmower that is going on outside right now. My neighbor decided that he hasn't cut his lawn in 5 weeks and decided today is the day he's going to cut it.
That's not his fault that we're recording this late.
Well, yeah, it's actually her fault that we're recording this late, but it's his fault for not cutting his grass for 5 weeks.
So this is how we're going to end this episode, though. It is okay to love broken people.
Oh, God. Isn't that great? Because I'm very broken.
It really is. If you're a fan and if you're struggling and you're like, I love her work, that is okay. It's okay, and it's 100% okay to hope that she's going to learn from what she's done, that people are going to be able to reach out to her and are going to be able to appeal to her, and that she's going to do better. That's 100% okay. It's okay to write her off, too. If you're one of those people who her words and actions have hurt you profoundly and you just can't, that is also okay. It's your life, and it's okay to handle it in the way that makes you feel best. You stay safe out there. I stole your line.
But it's not the end, because I haven't even said my part yet.
I just said it.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
What did you say?
I said you stay safe out there.
That's my line.
I know.
And why would you use my line?
Because I stole it.
Oh.
Mine now.
Hi, I'm Crystal.
Get out.
Welcome to the time.